All right. How are we now? Are we good? Jesus. I tell you. Okay. That was a heck of a hiccup there. We should be good now. Bingo bango. All right. Look at that. Cool. Now I'm gonna switch it back to my Rodecaster here, which should sound much better. Bingo bango. We're good now, everybody? Jeez, I tell you. This isn't easy stuff here. It's annoying how many little things can ruin an entire show, right? But guess what? The sound effects still work. Yeah, there we go, Fajar. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, Craig. Thank you very much. All right, well, I guess I have to repeat myself. Oh, God. All right. So, with that said, I want to let you guys know. Let me get to my media stuff here. Tomorrow, I will be sharing my experience in my next video, be posted tomorrow morning, about using an AI skin retouching software called Reblum. I've been using it for over a month now, and I have to say, I'm extremely impressed. Not only on the results, as you can see on camera left, I mean on the left side, that there we go. You can see on the left side that the model's face isn't touched at all. I edited the photo, but I didn't touch her face. But on the right, you can see the results afterwards just by using Reblum. And I use it as a plugin for Lightroom, but it's a standalone software as well. And I'm telling you, it has dramatically increased the efficiency of my workflow, and it has allowed me to flip over these projects much faster. Edit, boom, done, deliver. I'm off to the next project. And I haven't gotten one. All the models love the results. They think I'm like a wizard. And I'm telling you, I'm just using this AI skin retouching software. It's freaking awesome. So if you do portraits, weddings, headshots, etc., it has, I'm telling you, it'll have you covered. That video will be dropping tomorrow, so you definitely want to not only check it out, but smash that subscribe button, of course, and to hit the bell so that when it does drop, you get the notification. But it's a very cool skin retouching software, extremely fast. Woo! I love it. So, all right. So thank you everybody for letting me know about the audio. Boy, that was annoying. Oh, okay. There you go, Craig. Look at that. He said, yeah, Reblum is super awesome. Grabbed the lifetime license on sale months ago. Supple, fast results. Exactly. It's really clean. I still do a little bit of, editing before I put it into Reblum, and it just makes Reblum's results even better. Okay, that's the little secret. Clean it up a little bit, little bit of blemish removal, and then Reblum would take care of the rest. And I'm telling you, it's sweet. I love it. So, Craig, glad to hear it. Thought I'd be the only one around here. I don't hear people talking about it, but I'm telling you, the software is pretty amazing. Okay, so that is that. Of course, as I said earlier, and since you couldn't hear, okay, I'm gonna let you know right now. Make sure you go ahead and smash that like, okay, share, subscribe, etc. Most importantly, hit that like button. It actually does help, despite the fact that you didn't get any dang audio for the first 5 minutes of my show. Okay. Absolutely user error. Let me tell you, that was definitely user error right there. Cool. I'll check your vid out. Oh, awesome. Yeah, I actually share a few ways that I use Reblum, so you're going to enjoy the video. I show how I do with batch editing using several different photos from different photo shoots, and I share some tips on how I just use it. So, might pick it up. Someone in my team already has Capture One with Reblum as well. Trying it first before dipping in. Awesome. Fajar, do not get it yet. Tomorrow, I am sharing a 20% off lifetime license discount. Don't get it yet. Enjoy it, But once I drop that video, the link for 20% off the lifetime license will be on that video. Okay, so that's right. All my subs and all of my viewers, you're gonna get 20% off. So that's gonna be a cool thing. I could show you guys a quick demonstration if you would like. I don't know. Depends how nice you guys are. All right, but I could show you it. I'll just have to boot up Lightroom real quick, and then I could show you guys show you Reblum in action live. Okay, live. But it is pretty cool though. I'm not gonna lie. It's pretty cool. All right. So the next, let's get to this little thing. Hey, you know what? Sony users out there, you guys are really, I'm telling you, that dang mount, you guys get all the dang lenses. I'll tell you that. That's the only thing about Sony that I admire is you guys get all the lenses. Jesus. That's a bit of, especially in my currency. Fun fact, I got 16 and 13. Oh, F4 with 20. Oh, awesome. Way to go. That's dope. Fajar, that's awesome. One last thing is this true lifetime license. All versions, upgrades forever, unlike some other software. Hey, that's a freaking win right there. Thank you, Craig, for that. And like I said, that when you guys watch the video tomorrow, I'm posting the link in the description for 20% off. Boom. Okay, Craig, I didn't pay Craig for this. I didn't even, I mean, I'll get him a coffee if I see him, but I didn't even give him a coffee to say all this. Hey, Mushi. That's what I'm talking about. Okay. What is a podcast show without some international influence in here? All right. Thanks, Craig. Appreciate that there, sir. All right. So let me get back to it. Sony. Now, I have my issues about the hardware and how they, like to babysit certain features until you spend an exorbitant amount of money for a Sony. Autofocus is always stellar. Can never complain about that. But that lens mount, I mean, I think it's one of the smartest moves Sony, like any company, has done, is just by opening up that mount, allowing everybody to get their hands on it. I could see why Sony can be a very compelling option. I really do. Especially if you're a budding videographer trying to get into the game, right? And you're like, okay, I'll get a Sony body, but now you have an endless amount of lens options that will fit your economic need. I mean, can we just take a moment and give Sony some flowers? Come on. Whoops, not that flower. I meant this one. Yeah. Hey, Manila, good to see you, man. That and I bring that up because of this news. Let's take a look at some of the latest things that just happened this past week or so, because I was off last week. Sometimes it happens, man. Like I gotta take a self break, and you know what? I can't stream that week. All right, I almost didn't stream today because I'm getting ready to travel, but I want to stream, give you guys that in case I can't stream next week during my trip. All right. Let's take a look. Let's get to some of this here news, shall we? Oh, you know what? Before we do news, let's do the product highlight. All right, let's go. Now I'm going to share this lens with you all today. More in depth because I did bring it up last week. The last episode. And the first piece of news we're going to talk about later has to do with this company. Okay. You already know what time it is. It is the Viltrox 16mm f1.8 autofocus lens for Z mount. I believe they have it for E mount too, but I don't care. It's all about the Z, baby. So 77mm filter thread. Let me see if you guys can see that there. There we go. 77mm filter thread. It's really nice and wide at 16. Very smooth focus ring. You can have a non-declickable aperture ring. Okay. You got the autofocus and all that jazz. And Yes, it doesn't have a LED screen right there. It's really nice and compact, and I'll have to say, this dang thing is sharp. I've been using it for portraits. Can you believe that? I've been using this thing for portraits for the past, I don't know, 2.5 weeks or something. And I love the characteristic that's produced with the distortion of a 16 mil that it does to the human form. Now, I don't use it all the time, okay? But when I do, right? When I do, it really gives something that other lenses just can't. Okay. A 24-70 just won't give you what this can give you. The price point is extremely fair for this. And the build quality is great. It's the Viltrox Pro line. Okay. It's not the Lab, which is their highest version, like the 135. It's their Pro line. And I'll have to say, I don't see anything. I don't know how much better it could have been if it was a Lab. I mean, it's really well built. Really well built. It has the USB-C. You see that right there, everybody? That's the USB-C port for you to do firmware updates right there. It's a really nice compact lens. If you do astro, real estate, landscape, or just some, I don't know if I would do street with this a whole lot, but if you did want to do cityscape, right? I did a lot of cityscape with it. This is a great lens. It's super lightweight. And it fits really well on the Z6 Mark III as well as the Z8. Almost anything fits well on the Z8. But this is a really, really cool lens. Here's the bayonet lens hood right here. So that's what it looks like all together. If you're curious, I really like this lens. I think I bought it with the 135 f1.8 Viltrox lab lens. I bought it with this, and at first I was like, all right, maybe I'll be, maybe I'll have fun with it. I don't know. I'm for sure keeping the 135, but after using this on like 3 model shoots, I really like it. I really, really like it. Now, of course, it's all about like, the expression a dab will do. So use it sparingly. But when you do, it creates photos that only a lens at this focal length is going to give you. So I would say anything less than 20 millimeters, right? For sure, if you're 14 to 24, if you have that at 14, will create it. But it's really, really cool. So now when you approach portraits with this, you have to approach it a lot differently, obviously, than a 50, 85, 105, something like that. But it's really cool. All right. So anyway, that is your product of the day. All right. All right, guys. So I bought it, by the way. No sponsor. Though I do have a relationship with them, reviewed a couple of their lenses. They had no clue I bought this. So I bought it off Amazon. You folks were there instigating my purchase, if you don't remember. Okay. I bought it live. I think it was like two episodes ago. Let's check out some of these comments. I see them piling up. Fajar, good thing about Sony is they're getting all the lenses that we can to Nikon Z. Yeah, yes. I know. The whole adapter thing. I just rather native mount, but that's just me. But yes, I envy all the choices as well as no worries. No Sigma 17 and 40 was announced for RF though. I vividly remember they had a license under Canon or something meant for exclusive deal, I think. Yeah, Nikon has gotten so much better with opening up the Z mount. Definitely better than like Fuji and the RF mount for sure. I think like if you're not doing Sony, well, Panasonic is too. The L mount. The L mount is out there. Like, especially if you shoot video and want cinema glass, like you could definitely do L mount and or at worst comes to worst, get a PL to L mount and you're good to go. Okay. So that's another company too. Craig says, is this the 16-1.8? Yes, it was. It's the 16-1.8 right here. Okay. Just in case you don't see that. Let me get this focus. There we go. There's a 16-1.8. Really cool. Of course, at 1.8, you do get vignetting, but it's nothing too bad. It's really cool. I posted some cool. Let me see if I believe on my Instagram, the photos of me at a balloon museum. They were all taken. This photo here, if you saw, oh Jesus, if you guys see this here, good Lord, it sees my face. Gotta cut. That photo was taken with the 16 at a balloon museum. And these photos here were all with the Viltrox 16 millimeter. Okay. Whoops. Oh, Jesus. Sorry, guys. Oh my God. This was like what a cool shot right here. Look how nice and wide that is. And I was maybe not even 2 feet from her. And let's see. Here we go. Look how nice and wide. That's pretty cool. Okay. So when you're shooting at like that shallow depth of field is due to the vignetting and distortion, etc. I would make sure your main focal point, like when you're doing subjects, is more toward the center. You're gonna get a better shot. But that's a pretty cool shot. I shot a lot more than that, and it was a fun lens. It really is a very cool, inexpensive, high quality, fun lens. All right. So anyway, it's just my opinion about the lens. Where am I? Okay, next one here. Exactly. Fajar. Puppity pup. I believe Tamron and Nikon work closely. Oh, hence why we have the budget Z Trinity. Hoping Sigma will also do Nikon Z in the future. That would be great. I love Sigma glass. I have a lot of it for Lumic, for L mount, and kicks butt. I don't know what to say. Tamron, 50 to 400 for Z has a super reputation. Yeah, I've heard of that. I have heard of that actually. Matter of fact, I haven't heard anything bad from Tamron and Sigma, really, quite honestly. You know, with Viltrox coming out, Young Yo coming hard too on the scene, Sure, Sigma and Tamron, you know, is up. It's like right there. I don't have to say damn near in line with Nikon, Sony, etc., etc. I mean, they're right up there. And these other companies are not only making space, they are making great quality gear at such an affordable price. I have that 135 f 1.8 lens from Viltrox, the lab lens, and that thing was $899. $899. I got both these lenses for $1,500. Okay, let's be honest. That's amazing. And I can't wait to share with you the photos I took with that 135 just a couple of days ago. Absolutely awesome. The background, beautiful, smushy, gorgeous, soft background. Right, great compression, beautiful separation, and sharp, freaking sharp. $899. You cannot beat that. Okay, that's just my opinion, and I'll live by it. We got Markman in the house. I bought the 51 too. Hey. He says he has a little buyer's remorse. How dare you? Okay, how dare you say such a thing? Okay. But I'd love to know why, Mark. I love my 50. It's right there staring at me. Okay. That 51 too. Oh boy, I could do damage with that thing all day. That's all I need. If I needed one lens for a fashion shoot, it'd be the 51 2 all day. Okay. Shout out to that lens. Fajar says my comfort zone is still 20 mil. Though when I tried both 14 and 16, oh, my wallet was gone. Hey, you know what? I like a 20 as well, especially for video. It's like a good, like, hey, it's wide, like if I'm vlogging or something, but not too wide. But at 16, it does something that, you know, I like it. And again, if you're doing real estate or something like that, having a wide lens like this means you don't have to be so far. You don't have to be so far away from your subject if you want those wide shots. So you can really, it's a fun lens, very affordable. Craig, So how does that work? Nikon has their 135-1.8 and Viltrox offers the same for about a third price. Why and how does Nikon license that? Glad they do. Just curious. That's a really good point. Because those who can will, okay? Those who can will. Those who can afford to get that plena, because as you all know, I will live and die by that plena. I think it's their best piece of glass they've made for Z mount so far. Okay. That's just what I think.
Oh yeah.
Okay. It is what it is. I'm gonna stand by it. 85 the 85. Oh my god, I'm so brain fart. 1.2 or whatever. That lens is fantastic too, but there's something about that plena that none of their other lenses could do, baby. Okay, so those who can will buy that lens. They're not going to be hurt by this Viltrox at all. Hell no. Okay, I think it's confidence, but hey, you know what? Maybe it's a deal in the background. Maybe to get a couple of bucks from selling that lens. I don't know how these deals work. Okay, so maybe they still benefit it on the back end. I don't know, but I'm glad it's here. I bought it. Boom, bada bing, and no tariff. I bought it $8.99. They must have still had the supply in a warehouse in Amazon. I picked it up. So I recommend if you want an absolutely gorgeous, affordable, killer portrait lens, pick up that 135. Okay, I'm just telling you. Wait till you see my pictures, man. I'm telling you. All right. And I use natural light, no flash, no anything else, just straight up bangers. Okay. Straight from the camera. And of course, some Lightroom editing. Oh, wait. It says because the 51.8.2, I wanted the 51.2 for shallow depth of field and video. Oh, because I have the 50. Oh. Hey man, but the quality, I see what you're saying. You're like, oh, I already have a 50, etc. Well, you know what? That 51.8, you know what I would use it for? Content creation. When I do my talking head videos, I'm on a 50. Now, I'd rather not have to dedicate my 51.2 on the Z6 Mark III to shoot my talking head videos, portion of my videos. I'd rather just have a more an inexpensive 50. The 51.8, because I actually shoot a f2 when I do my videos. So there you go. There's always a reason to benefit from the 1.8. The 1.8 will be great for traveling. Let's be honest. It's probably a third of the weight, a third of the size, 30. You like it just is a better travel lens. And if it breaks or gets stolen, whatever, it's not gonna hurt as much as the 51.2. And then leave the 51.2 for your professional work. When you really want to get out there and pop, and get those bangers, that's what the 51.2 is for. So there you go. There's still a place for your 51.8. And the 51.8, you know what? I gotta make a rant video. I'm an f 1.8 lens. Listen to me, beginner photographers out there, amateur photographers, whatever. A 1.8 piece of glass is fantastic. You're fine. Again, those who could get a 1.4, a 1.8 piece of glass, like a f1.4, f1.2 glass, we'll get it. But don't feel like you need it. You give me a kit lens, and I'm going to make some great photos regardless. Will it have the same depth of field or ability in performance in lower light? Perhaps not as much. Maybe I have to raise the ISO some more. Okay. But guess what? I've posted photos with over 12,000 ISO before, and none of y'all said a damn thing. Okay. So shoot, if you could afford a whole set of primes and it's f1.8, you're fine. You are fine. Don't feel pressured. Okay. But that 1.2 Nikon Z lens is fantastic. Okay. So shout out to everybody who's on here listening to me rant. Make sure you go ahead and smash that like, that share, that subscribe, and of course hit that bell icon so the next time I go live, you are here with us. All right, for another episode of Let's Talk Photography. Anyway, 51.8S is a favorite. First 50 I've ever. Oh, that's what's up, man. That's great. You know, there's nothing wrong with a 51.8. Maybe we need to talk about that, everybody. We need to be honest about it. You know, it's like shutter rates and stuff, like shutter speeds. Like, oh, it's 30. Well, I got to get to 50 frames a second. Oh, I need to shoot at 60 frames a second. You know, I don't do anything over 100. Like just recently when I was using the 135 f1.8 Viltrox lens, I shot at 20 frames because the model was doing her model walk toward me and I wanted to check out the autofocus, by the way, banging. But I haven't done that. I can't remember when the last time I done it. Maybe at a fashion show, but 20 frames a second is so much more than enough for most people, unless maybe you're doing like, you know, birding. I can see that, sports and stuff like that. Granted, you know, but overall, you really just don't need it. Again, shooting at 1.2 or f1.2, there are some great advantages, but there's also limitations. One is depth of field. As much as we like to always blow out the background, sometimes the background provides context to your portrait. Okay. Also, you might just miss focus on that one pose or that one frame you really do want. That just happened to me. When I was testing out Reblum, I actually was going through a photo and realized it didn't catch the closest eye, closest to the frame, but I loved the photo itself. It caught the eye furthest from the lens, and it is what it is. You know what I mean? Well, when you shoot at shallower depth of fields, that can happen. Okay. So that's what I'm saying. I'm not telling folks not to get a 1.2 or 1.4 lens. I'm just saying that if your pockets can afford a set of f1.8, mazel tov. Go have fun. Worry about what do I always say? Composition is king overall. Look at that. I'm sitting there smacking this lens cap. Let me put it over here. Okay. You ever notice when you try to get a name brand lens cap, it ends up being like $35, especially Nikon. Okay. Jesus, the lens caps cost too much. All right. Okay, Mark, man. Honestly, as I get better with photography, I realize buying lights are just as important as lenses. Shout out to you. Yes. Lighting is right up there. Well, let me say this. Understanding exposure is just as important as composition. Lighting I would say is right underneath it, right? So if you understand exposure, then you understand how to utilize artificial lighting to get the right exposure. So exposure is right up there with composition, 100%. Okay, but you can have great exposure and still have a crappy picture that looks like a snapshot because you don't have composition. Okay, that's just the way it goes. But yes, absolutely, better lighting. What was I just doing? Oh, I was filming last weekend, and having good lighting, like, it does matter. I'm looking at two lights right now, a 600 watt, and I wish to God I could afford the Aperture 1200, okay? Because that sucker I would love to keep that in my kit, okay? But that's $2,000. But who are we to say lighting costs too much when we're spending $1,500, $2,200 on a piece of glass, which is well worth it, by the way? Why wouldn't we look at lighting the same way, right, Mark, man? So if it costs you $600, $800 for quality light, that's gonna give you the the results you need, I say go for it. And one thing about lighting, folks, is that, like, you could always dial down. I have so much lights I can't really use a whole lot because you can't make it more powerful. But I'll pull out the 300 watt because I could always dial it down. So what does that mean? Well, those kind of lights tend to cost more if you want to get a 600 or a 1200, whatever the case may be. guess what? A lot of times you could dial them down. I wouldn't get to 1200 for every damn thing, but a 300 or a 600 would be like a good everyday purpose. Maybe a 600, because they do get bigger. Let's be honest. You got to carry this crap around. I'm talking about LEDs, by the way. But hey, Nikon Z, if you're listening, pump up a flagship treatment for your 40 mil, or at least a weather sealed 40 mil. And I'm just, oh, okay. That's what's up. I hope they are watching. I hope somebody from Nikon is watching. Man, I talk about Nikon so much. I need another t-shirt. No, Nikon is great. Every time I see them, I always end up with more t-shirts. I have a whole thing of just Nikon t-shirts. I almost wore it for y'all today. Okay. Roy says, until the F12 50 mil, I wasn't using. Wow, there you go. I'm just saying.
Oh yeah.
Okay, Roy, you get a Randy Savage. I'm just saying. I got the 50. Oh, Z, there you go. Mount, and it's more than enough for my needs. Thank you, Kevin. You're absolutely right. I don't know what people are talking about. It's more than enough. Vic is in the house. Thank you. Good to see you. And then we have Roy. Prices of Nikon gear is plummeting in Australia. Some lenses are thousands off. Man, I'm telling you. And as the hours are going up, and well, they already went up, and we're going to talk about that in a minute. Okay. I want to first say thank you everybody for tuning in today. Looks like I just saw us at like 24. I'm hoping we get to 30 and maybe 50 or 100 people live on this podcast. Okay. Because nobody has more sound effects than me when it comes to photography podcasts. Because if they do, well, they just haven't tuned into my show. All right. We have Roy. 600 is enough to use outdoors. Absolutely. Absolutely. I think that's why I was like 300 or 600. It's a good, like, everyday purpose LED light for sure. 100%. I almost pulled the trigger for Z 14 to 24 mil f2.8 when I had that in cosplay workshop. But then I remember the size and its filter thread. But I thought you could screw a filter on the front end of the Z 14 to 24. I could have sworn. But I'll tell you, that lens for video is awesome. Okay. That lens for video is great. I still need to get that lens. I will get it, but I honestly would do better right now by just chilling. Okay, saving my pocket. My pockets would love it. But I would want a 600. I have a 300 LED light, a 300 watt, a GVM, but I think I would want a 600 watt, because there are times where I do want that extra punch of power when it comes to LED. I'm doing a lot more video work, and I have one more day of production on my current short film. So I would like a 600 watt, to tell you the truth. That'd be great. Okay. Thank you, Fajar. So I got, you know what? Fajar, I heard nothing but great things about that lens. And it's super compact and lightweight. So there you go. My friend lives by this lens. He likes that lens. Waiting for 8514Z. My hunch, they will make one. Yeah, I know. That's the other thing. Okay, that's the other thing. I'm waiting for that too. I'm not saying why prices in America are going up in case I get thrown off. Hey, I'm just saying, I'm just in this world. I'm just a squirrel trying to get a nut, I'm just dealing with what happens around here. I lucked out because Viltrox, I believe, is China. I can't remember, see if it says it here somewhere. But I'll tell you what, I just lucked out. What does it say? Oh, look at that. It says made in China. Viltrox made in China. But if you order from Amazon, it might be in their local warehouse already. Boom, bada bing, baby. Okay. And get yourself your lens and bypass that tariff situation. The new Z 14 and 24 takes large, but not normal filters. Copy that. Thank you, sir. We got Greg Corker in the house. Yeah. Good to see you humans again. The 14 and 24 f2.8Z is awesome and considerably lighter than the 24 to 70. Yeah, for me, you know what? Oh shoot, that just reminded me. You know what, that power zoom feature from like the latest firmware update for the Z8, etc. Like, I love using that power zoom feature. Now, it's a digital zoom, but it's cool for clutch moments, right? But anyway, I still need to get that 14 and 24 Z one day. It is, I'm sure it's awesome. I bought the Nisi True Color ND for 82 millimeter. Okay. Not buying more for now. I'm pulling the brake for the rest. Hey, same here. I'm not gonna lie. Same here. I bought these Cine lenses from Suray, and I got these 2 Viltrox. I'm like, man, unless this lens comes out. All right, let's get to the first thing here, folks. Okay, let's get to this first thing here. I'd spare no expenses for you guys. I love you all. Here we go. All right. Now, as many of you know, Viltrox released the autofocus 85 millimeter f1.4 Pro full frame lens for Sony. Okay. And trust me, I was on their bumper. I was on Instagram, all their Instagram USA official Viltrox, in their Twitter handle about when is the Z version coming out. And this is why I made my rant earlier about Sony. I'm like, damn, y'all always get the E-mount version of great glass up front. Okay. I don't know what it is. Maybe Sony's like, hey, you know what? Hold off on the other mounts for like 3 weeks or I don't know, 2 months or whatever. And then you could use our mount. And they did it with the 35, right? That 35 f1.2. And now we have here is the 85 f1.4 Pro full frame for Sony. And I want both those lenses. Okay. Look at this. This lens here, let's take a little look. Obviously super fast aperture, pro level optics. Like I said, my 16 millimeter here is the Pro series lens. Very good build quality. Okay, there we go. Obviously, this is going to be like your go-to portrait lens. It looks like it's a really good size too. Let me see if it has where is it? Does it say anything? No. Trying to look for like I want to see the filter thread. I think it's 77. If so, that's wonderful. That's what I want to hear. Weather sealed. Okay, cool. Where in the good God is this filter thread? Did I miss it? Whoa. Okay, here we go. 77 millimeter filter thread. Okay, so that means the same filter for this 16 mil will fit right on there, which I really appreciate. And that means this lens can't be that much different in size compared to to this 85. So it may be similar to this. And if so, I'm telling you, a lot of people about to buy this lens, especially if you shoot Nikon, if they could get the act right. Okay. Because I would be one of them. As much as I just said, I can't be buying any more lenses. I'm not going to lie. If this lens becomes available in Nikon Z mount, I'm going to have to pick it up. It is what it is. Okay. I want a good 85, and this would be the one.
Oh, yeah.
All right. I mean, who else for $600? $600. I know it wouldn't be the only one, but of course, You know, Sony shooters, shout out to all of you. You know, lucky you. If you're, you know, if you're shooting more enthusiastically, you know, if you're an enthusiast, if you will, you're looking to go pro one day, etc. I'm telling you, this lens has to be in your bag. Okay, a native Z mount f1.8 lens is $600. So you're getting an 85 1.4 pro lens, $600. Come on now. All right, we don't even need to argue about this. This everybody should be agreeing with me with this. This is a lens I wish came out. It should have been out for L mount, E mount. I guess Fuji too. No, yeah, they have full frame. But definitely Z mount. I just wish it did. Yeah. Okay, these are funny. Okay, this is funny. Let's go back. Jeez, I've lost my place, everybody. I bought an easy, but thing. Here we go. Honestly, I'm waiting for the 35-1.2. Yeah, I am as well. I'm waiting for either. I've messaged them, commented so many times. If we all just get on Viltrox's horn, right? Go to their Instagram. They have 2 profiles. Well, they have a few, but in America, there's I think the North America or America or USA, and then they also have Viltrox official. Get on their horn, get on Twitter, get on everything, and tag them. Let them know we want these lenses in Z mount and stop dragging their feet. We want that 35-1.2 because that 35-1.2 for $800 or $900, whatever. I think it's, if it's not 900, it might be 1,000. But either way, an amazing steal. Okay, and then this 85-1.4 for $600. Yeah, we want that. Viltrox lenses are great value. I'm not a fan of OEM lenses. 85 Z lens. Oh, okay, I didn't even know that. I have, believe it or not, everybody, let me just share this with you guys. Right now, I currently own, okay, 5 Viltrox lenses. 5 Viltrox lenses. I have a 28, a 40, 16, a 135, and I have a, I think I have a, I forgot what the other lens is, but I have a bunch of Viltrox lenses, and they're fun. You already know about my review of the 28mm f4.5 lens. Check it out on my channel. $99. Enough said. Okay. So I will have no problem jumping into this 85-1.4 if it comes available for Z mount. We got Craig. That should have been Z S line. Yeah, absolutely. And thoughts, Meike 85-1.4 Z mount, asking for a friend. If it's the, let me look that lens up. Okay. 85 no f1 point. Okay, let's see. I haven't. Oh, dang. Look at that price though. Look at this. Look at that. Kevin, check the, okay. Is this the one, Kevin? Let me know if I'm looking at the right one. I haven't tried it yet. I haven't shot with this brand either. Oh, it looks damn near like a Sony lens. Just the way they made it. Looks, or a Canon lens or something, a Canon RF. Anyway, I could be wrong. You know what? For that price, 85-1.4, $450. I could, here's the thing. It looks like a great value for sure. I could personally only talk about brands that I personally use. So not only have I reviewed, but I brought it in the field, you know, work with models, work with clients using the lenses, and then I could talk smack about it. I don't want to just look at the specs and be like, hey, you know, that thing looks fantastic, you know, and then all of a sudden you're giving me nothing but, you know, down thumb emojis in my next video. Okay, so I don't want to do that. But it looks like a great value though. I know they make cinema glass, great affordable cinema glass. That's what they definitely do. That's what I know that brand for. Let's check out the next one. You can never have too many lenses. You're absolutely right, and you're a bad friend. Okay, my pockets hate you. Fajar says that's coming in from Roy. That has everything. Yeah, he's got a collection. Craig, your gear buying is done for this year. I grabbed a few things early, anticipation of price increase. Wallet locked. I feel you, brother. I really do. This stuff, that's why I'm glad some of these brands just popped up out of nowhere in the past couple of years, because let's be honest, not I'm gonna say name brand, but the what do you call it? The getting native lenses are so expensive. So expensive. I'll go Viltrox. The F14Z Nikkons are Tamrons anyway. Ooh, look out. Shout out to that. Yeah, why not? The price is there. And the quality is there too. Okay, wait till you see some of the photos. Matter of fact, shoot everything. Viltrox last time. Most of the photos that I'll be sharing tomorrow on my video were shot with Viltrox lenses. So when you look at me retouch them tomorrow, you'll see the quality for sure. If Viltrox offers 85, let me go back to this. I'm so sorry, guys. If Viltrox offers 8514 for Z, disregard my last comment. Hey, I'm just saying, yeah. I'm waiting for that. Ditto on the Craig. Oh, fair amount of gear. Yeah. I did too. I thought it was going to be more earth-shattering, the price increases across the board of other brands. But so far, I've really just heard Nikon, Black Magic really, go ahead and implement price increases. I could be wrong. Let me know. Post a comment. Let me know. If I'm wrong, let me know, okay? I've had the 35-112 in Z, but I don't use it much. Ooh. That's a lot of price for not using it much, but I'm sure when you do, it's fantastic. I already know. Before Viltrox, I only recommended Voigtlander as OEM lenses. Oh, okay. Yeah, they just did a price reduction for Z mount, the Voigtlander lenses. I saw that on Nikon Rumors. Hey, they have nothing to do with my video or my stream, but you guys use Ember? You guys use Ember? Yo, this is like one of the best inventions made in the past 5 years. I'll live by that. This thing heats up, keeps your coffee nice and hot. Man, I love this thing. The battery dies quick though. He'll die. He'll die like with it like an hour. But damn it, I love this thing. Okay. That's one of my issues. I'm always in my little space here in the room, and my coffee always gets cold, and this damn Ember keeps it nice and toasty. So am I the only one that uses it? Yes, Vic, thank you so much. Come on, everybody, let's take a moment. Okay, let's take a moment here and let's do God's work. Let's do the Lord's work. Okay, come on. I want you all to really think about how much it takes to put on this funky little show I have called Let's Talk Photography. Okay, you know how much research I have to do. You know how much ranting I have to do. All I ask is you do one simple thing. Go ahead and smash that like, that share, and subscribe. And don't forget to hit that bell so that you get notifications of my upcoming content. Okay, and that was a public service announcement for all of you out there, for all you cool cats. Okay, let's see. Boy, I really appreciate everybody's activity, keeping the chat really pumping. Really appreciate it. If you do stop by, please smash that like, because guess what? It actually lets the algorithm know that people actually like this. All right. One day I want to see 100. My goal is to see 100 live I'm gonna say, yeah, 100 live audience. That's what I want. Photographers, tell your who is it? New photographers, old photographers, photographers who just like ranting. Let them know about the show. I'm not a fan of Mickey lenses unless you really need to save money. I haven't used them. Okay. For affordable cine lenses, I have the Suray, love them. So no problems. But I know they have higher grade affordable cine lenses too. But I'll take your word for it, Roy. Markman, so I've been practicing with light and video on the Z6 III, and the issue about the noise doesn't seem to bother me as much, especially if you use DaVinci. There you go. I love that. I really do, especially if you're shooting, N-Log or RAW, or, all these, what is it? Excuse me. Yeah. So therefore you can get more latitude. I haven't had a real issue with Nikon Z6 III anyway. If you see my videos, my talking head, not from this point of view, when I do my other point of view talking head, I never have an issue. And I do the video at, I think, ISO 400. So you're not really going to see a whole lot, but I do ISO 400 and I have a light, et cetera, et cetera. But I like it. And I love the autofocus on the Z6 III. All right. Hey, talking about the Z6 III, I saw someone do a video. Okay. I think it was more like a rant, but they were talking about Nikon ZR. You guys hear that? Nikon ZR, how it'll have a hybrid phase detect, sensor like the Z6 III, but more dynamic range, all this other jazz. And it'll be a box shape. And it'll be obviously a video centric camera, not like a still camera that can do excellent video. What do you guys think about that? Have you heard about that? Roy says, you might have a gas problem when you need a spreadsheet to keep track of your lenses so you don't double up. Ooh, yes, sir. If that's you, my friend, I think I know a specialist for you. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Markman says, I can probably see it being an issue without proper lighting. Oh, yeah. And that's why lighting matters. Okay. What maybe I should make a shirt. All light matters. What do you think about that? All light matters. Markman says Nikon's cameras didn't really go up, just their discount isn't as much. Oh, so maybe that's where they bit the bullet. We're going to take a little dive into that later on for sure. I believe Sony has raised some of their prices, though. I don't think they're published much in advance. Oh, okay. Maybe they just raise it and don't talk about it, right? Awesome. Look at that. We got Woody in here. Good seeing you. Don't know. I'm not familiar with your name. We got a Juliet. Hello. Welcome to the show. First time here. Really appreciate it. What I really want is a baby ZF. Nikon would kill it. Street photographers like me would be all over it. Hello. You're absolutely right. That is the second camera that I've ever sold of Nikon that I regret. Now, I sold it for the Nikon Z6 Mark III, so I don't regret that choice, but I regret that I really had fun with that camera. So I agree. Markman says, I have heard rumors of the ZR and excited to see what they would do. If the ZR comes out, I may trade my Z6 Mark III for it and keep my Z8 for everything else. Hey, man, solid choice. I wouldn't be mad at you. I might be right there with you, to tell you the truth. We might be in the same line, brother. John Ishii's in the house from Shenzhen. Shenzhen. I took one semester of Mandarin, everybody, by the way. Not that I said it right. China, awesome. Way to go. That's cool, man.
Oh, yeah.
Shout out to all my Asiatic brothers out there, okay? They had a Z-mount box camera in a glass case in the Nikon booth. At build, it went from the Z30. Whoa. Okay. 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 We might have something there. I'm going to do some more snooping. Okay. Because that would be major. A baby ZF is the ZFC, but the ZFC is crap. Yeah, it literally is a baby ZF, but it's then, but you are, you're not getting the full frame. I think she meant full frame version. Bought the new Viltrox 2845 for $35 in China. What? I can't believe it. That's can you believe that? You know what? I thought I was doing everybody a public service by telling you about that lens for $99, and he bought it for $35. Was it new? Was it new in what country, John? You have to let us know. Was it new in what country? Ronald says, "Hey, Robert, keep growing and going, man." That's what I'm talking about, brother. Thank you very much, Ronald. I very much appreciate those kind words. Okay. There are times where I'm just tired, man. I'm telling you guys right now. I'm trying to do so much, and this week I realized you got to take a step back. I canceled everything this week. I cleaned out my entire schedule, and tomorrow I'm going to go in for prayer and recharge myself. I'm going to synagogue, and I'm going to do some prayer. I'm trying to, don't let this busy world control you. Take a step back and do for self. So, but I appreciate those kind words, Ronald. I really do. Thank you. Juliet says ZFC is a crop sensor, and if I could wave a magic wand, I'd prefer a tilt screen with which even the ZF doesn't have. That tilt screen that everybody always complains about is clutch. That's why I like the Z6 Mark III, because you do get that tilt screen action. You get all the flippity dippity duppity do, which is great for when you do want to shoot video. But I've shot video with the ZF and I enjoyed it, but there were certain limitations, color codecs I wish it had in there, but it's not built for it. It's built for exactly what you're doing, Juliet. It's still a banger of a camera. And so feel free to tag me on Instagram when you do share some street photography. I'd love to see it. Oh, wow, I guess it is. Oh, okay. Of course it's new here in Shenzhen at Viltrox dealership. What the heck? Uh-oh. Wow. Shout out to John, and very sad for the rest of us who has to pay $99. All right, that's just the way it goes. But you know what? $99 is still fantastic. Let's be honest. All right, if you want to save that money, you're so upset, you go ahead and take that plane ride over there. Okay, and Trump might not let you come back. He might put a tariff on you to come back from China. Okay, so you better watch out trying to get that $35 lens. That's awesome, John. Thanks for sharing that with us. Ronald says, Robert, you were spot on, man. Have you ever used the Nikon F-mount 120 to 300 to 8? If so, what's been your experience? Now, here's the thing, Ronald. Truth be told, there's a lot of lenses I haven't used. The reason why is the more I shoot, the more I realize where my strength is as a photographer. It's portraits for me. Portraits is my game. Fashion, portrait, beauty work, like that's my jam. Therefore, I haven't really explored into lenses that are outside of the scope that I would use for portraits. Okay. Now, does that mean I would never try it? Sure, I'd try it, but my jam is portraits. So you're talking anything from up to 200 millimeter, really. It's kind of my jam. That's why, like, even when I got this 16 millimeter lens here, all right, I used it for portraits. I didn't really go out to use it for street. Well, I don't know, street, but landscape or cityscape or architecture, etc. Like I didn't get it for that. I got it for portraits. So that is my jam. So I'm sorry, I don't have any experience with that zoom lens. If it is an oh, it's F mount too. Oh, I for sure didn't. At that time when I had the D850, D810, etc., I for sure didn't have anything over a 200, my 70 to 200. So, Roy says cheap purchases is the only thing I miss about traveling. You ain't lying, because if their prices are like that, my credit card would blow up. It would literally blow up. Okay. Hey, we love you back, John, man. Really do. Thank you always. Oh, thank you so much, man. And for those that are new to this humble podcast, I'm not paying them to say these nice things. Okay. I couldn't afford it. All right. Couldn't afford it. But John, thank you so much, brother. Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, it's just and I like to talk about lenses that I personally use in the field and have experience. If they send me a 150 to 300, I would absolutely use it. If Mike's camera, lets me borrow one to test out, I would totally use it. But yeah, portraits is my jam, man. That's what it is. That and video. I shoot a lot of video. So if you want to talk video, constant lighting, flash photography, I'm here for you. I'm here. Let's talk about some news in this good old photography thing, shall we? All right. Let's talk about this here. Let's talk about this. Boom. So Nikon just released a new firmware updates for the Z52, Z50, Z5 II, Z6 Mark III, and ZF cameras. So Juliet, I'm sure you probably already updated yours. All right, let's take a look. So basically it's getting some guidance text display on a camera when connected to image cloud. So it's like an image cloud update, basically. I don't use that service, but if you do, it's helping you out. It's an extremely minor update. Like when I went to update my Z6 III, it was like 0.11 from 0.10. And I'm like, oh, it's such a small incremental update. It's not as big as the Z8s was a week or so ago. What Z8? Was it this week? No, I talked about it last week. Might have been this week. But either way, so, or it might not even be released yet. Now, I thought I saw something about that. But it's a very small update. It is there. I wanted to share this because if you haven't updated your camera yet, feel free to go ahead and do so. All right. I can leave a link if you do need it. Oh, okay. Thank you, Mark, man. Okay. Comes out July 1st. Shout out to you. Okay. Thank you very much. Awesome. Yeah. That's the one I'm waiting for. All right. That's the one I'm waiting for, everybody. Let's be honest. Shoot. The Z8, baby. It only gets better. I'm okay. Here we go. How does this camera keep getting better? This Z8 is just getting better and better and better. And by the way, I think I saw for a very good price. Let me see Amazon for the Z8. Let's look up the Z8 price. Z8. All right. So right now it's $36.96. Let's take a look. Okay. Whoops. It's $36.96 right now. Okay. So under 4,000, well under 4,000. I think with tax, you'll be right at 4,100. Look at this. Look at this right here. Z6 Mark III. Okay. The other, so this week it's $21.96. The other week I saw it for $19.99 or something like that. I should have posted that. That's crazy. Okay. So even for $2,100, it's still a great buy for this camera. Okay. Let's go back to that Z8. Here we go, $36.96. That's pretty good. Only camera I think that's going to rival that is like the Lumix with all its features is the Lumix S1 II that just came out. because I believe that's 8K open gate. This does up to 8K too. I have a weird feeling that the Lumix may be better in for overheating. It has better compensation, heat dispersion. Okay. But that's the only camera, and I think that's like 3,200. Okay. All right. Let me get back to the other news. What was I saying? So if you haven't did the update yet, make sure you go ahead and do that. Never hurts to do that because they probably fix some minor fixes as well. You never know. So Juliet, go ahead and do that. Now let's take a look at the main topic of today. So Nikon USA price increase now in effect. Now this may affect most of us except for John, who is, well, in Manila Martin. John's out there in China. Shout out to him. And Manila's over there in the Philippines, so he's probably okay too. But the rest of us schmucks are over here in America wondering when is this madness going to end? So you can see here, it's a lot of glass. I don't see, let me see. I think you're, who said that? I think it was Mark Man said it wasn't really the cameras, it's more or less the glass. A lot of glass. So 51.4 goes up. Oh, 150 bucks. That's a price increase. Most of them are lower. So you can see here, roughly 10%. With that 7%, 9.5, 10% here. But it's definitely an increase. Did anybody get anything before this price increase? Let's see here. Oh, yeah, video. I was going to down a rabbit hole on the PL lenses. That'll do you with the PL lenses because now that's like almost an industry standard. Like if you're going to come out with a cine lens mount, PL is the safest way to go. And you can get an adapter for any mount off of PL. Still waiting for the Z8 firmware. It'll be here, as they just said. I have not updated yet. Plan to this weekend. There you go. Shout out to you. Okay. Courage Studio says, I like how you were able to purchase the Siri lens. Is it really good? Is it more? Can you shoot wide open? Does the image come out soft? Now, it's funny that you say that, Courage, because I believe you do video production. And so when you say soft, like is it out of focus like soft? No, right? And I was shooting wide open. I was shooting from anywhere from f4 to f4, like T4.0 to wide open 1.4. And I really like the characteristic of this lens. It really does produce I don't want to say it, but more of a cinematic look compared to my digital lenses, right? And I really like the results. I've been having a great time with it. I'm hoping they come out with a wider lens than a 24 because I do have the entire kit, but 24 sometimes isn't wide enough for me. So I do want a 16 or something like that, right? I would really like that, at least a 20. So that's my only gripe. And I would like a longer lens. A longer focal length, like an 85, would be really sweet. Sometimes that 50 doesn't bring me in close enough. So that's another thing. So, but overall, I do like the characteristic of it. I like that it's not as polished as a digital lens would be. Well, when I say digital, I mean like a one for still photography, like this lens, So that's my opinion so far. I've been very happy with the purchase. The 3 lens package has been a great choice for me. It's a great build quality, so 0 issues, and it's super lightweight. Like being that they're 67 millimeter filter thread, when I put it on a gimbal or a small handheld rig, it keeps my package very small. So that's pretty cool. But feel free to DM me directly on Instagram or something. I'll be glad to answer more questions, man. It's all good. Ronald comes in, 300 Z8 FW on next Tuesday. Oh, okay. All right. Next Tuesday. That's what's up. I really appreciate that, Ronald. Okay. I'm looking forward to it. I'll be on my trip, but I'll definitely, you know what? I can't wait to check out the features. So I'm going to bring, you know what? Now that you said that, I'm going to bring my Z8 on my trip. I was going to bring the Z6 III, but you know what? Now that you said that, and I'll be on my trip, I'll bring the Z8. Okay. And that's because of you, Ronald. That's because of you instigating. Now, Markman says supposed to come out. Okay, July 1st. Got you. Awesome. Thank you, everybody. There you go. Look at that. We got family in the house. Of course, I think she understood that. Oh, look at Nikon USA refurbishing. Yeah, that's refurbished price. Oh, that's good. That's actually a really good tip. Let's not forget about the refurbished stuff. If Nikon did it, it's going to be good to go. I bought plenty of lenses used, but when I bought lenses used, I would buy it from other photographers. I mean, generally those are the ones who have it, but especially if they're a working photographer, because they're going to be in working condition. I haven't bought refurbished, but I would not have an issue with buying refurbished if it's from Nikon or like KEH or somebody. I've been hearing the S1R2 overheating issues. I have two, but if I was to go that route, I would do the S1 II just because I want more video centric. I don't need high resolution photos and all that other jazz. Okay. So that's why I would do the S1 II for sure. All right. I'm only mostly still, so I don't need my open. That's true. Well, and there you go. You wouldn't need that. Okay. You won't need that. But you know what? Open gate is clutch. The short film I'm filming right now, I'm shooting 6K open gate with a Lumix camera. And that open gate gives me a lot of room to not only crop or recompose, like, because my aspect ratio is at 2:3:5. So it gives me a lot of latitude to recompose my shot. I love that. I love that a lot. So if you do shoot video out there, open gate is clutch. And that S1 II and SR2 can do 8K open gate. That's kind of nuts. Not that I would need to shoot at 8K, but that's pretty awesome that it's there. King Crux says update still not available. No, they did. Yes, they did, brother. Yes, they did. Okay. Vic says, did some Googling just now. The Z mount box camera at Build Expo was a red Komodo. I remember that gold accents on the camera. Don't want to misinform. Thank you so very much. Look at that. We got investigators live on the Let's Photography, the Talk Photography podcast. Okay. Thank you very much. All right. Really. Thank you, Vic. Thank you for clarifying that. And Vic is one of the members, along with Craig Corker, wherever he's at, of the channel. So thank you very much, Vic. Really appreciate it. All right. Let me go back up here. Craig says that 180 to 600 popped up in my price. Just got mine. That passed. Oh, woo. Well, you dodged a bullet there. Now's the time to get a planner, Rob. Oh, brother, I told you I just got the. You matter of fact, you were the main culprit on our last show when I ordered the Viltrox 135. All right, where's that? Here it is. Because of you, King Krupp. Look what I got right here. I got this bad boy right here. The good old 135 f1.8. Okay. That's because of some of you all saw it in my cart and forced me. Okay. You forced me against my will to make that purchase. And here we are with the 135 1.8. Viltrox lens. This lens, fantastic. It's a great lens. Chunkier than hell. It's chunky like the Pleno. But I couldn't beat the price. Literally, it's more than half the price. And you know, King Crow, I've been drooling over that Plena forever. But I ended up getting this, and I'm not mad, okay? Same with my pockets. My pockets are very happy, all right? Amazon refurbished means returned and stuck in a box. Well, hopefully stuck in a box. Hopefully they actually look at it before they stick it back in the box, okay? John Ishii comes back. I bought a Astra Lab Nanocore 3514 Z mount. Killer looks like an old AIS for my ZF. Oh, he's got that cool looking retro ZF package. Man, I'm telling you, I missed that ZF. I think that it's such a cool camera. Especially for travel and stuff. It's just so cool. I like it. I had to use it with the grip though, because it's a slippery body. But that camera's cool, man. Let's see. Rob, please do me a favor and go to Nikon USA refurbished site and look at the Z8, Z6. All right, brother. Let's do it. Nikon USA. Let's see what their refurbished price looks like. Let's see what they got it. Refurbished. All right, here we go, everybody. Let's go. Check it out. All right, here we go. Let's see what they got here. He said Z63, Z8. Oh shoot. A ZF for $1,300. That's a cool price. Shoot, I bought it for $2,000. Oh, that's a 2. Let's see this. See, can I let's get the cameras. What am I doing here? Let's see what they give us. Oh, no results. I just said digital camera and said I had 3. Interesting. Let's go to number 3. Let's go to number 4. I'm not seeing it. Is there a oh, here we go. Ooh wee! Look at that. Oh, let me go back. Did I just miss it? Here we go. 1649. Wow, that's crazy. All right.
Oh yeah!
That's nice. That's nice. That's a price. That is tempting. Let's see the Z8. Z50. Wow, it's $455. Wow, that's crazy. Let's see the next one. Come on. Where the Z9 for $3,900. That's how much I sold. I sold my Z9 for $4,000. That's what I did do. I sold it for $4,000. Z8. Whoa, now look at that right there. Look at that. Okay. That is crazy. Price of the century. I don't know about price of the century, but it's a damn good price. $2,700. Well, $2,800, let's just say. Okay. For the Z8. That is a great price. That's a good price. If anyone's looking for a Z8, this is the time, I guess. Wow. That's crazy. Thank you, Mark, man, for sharing that with us. That's nuts. Where are we going? Oh, okay. Yeah, I did that. Okay. Yes, I've heard that as well. I'm only wait, okay, hold on. Where am I? Okay. Yes, I did that for you, Mark, man. I hope you saw that. Yes, I mean, yeah, that is crazy. That's nuts, man. I can't believe it. Can't believe it. And the Viltrox still has the cute little window. You know what? I use it, but I don't rely on it, obviously, but it's kind of cool for the feet, for the measurement. But it is what it is. I'm not going to waste a whole lot of time complaining that it has an LCD screen, LED screen, excuse me. I really want a Z8 for events before it goes up in price. But I have very small hands. About 6 inches from my wrist to middle finger, I can't reach the front buttons. So I use the Z6 Mark III. The Z6 Mark III is beast. I used it for my main video camera for a wedding, and that thing did a great job. You're not gonna. But the Z8 is pretty awesome. So, hey, that price $2,800. That's a pretty good price for a Z8. But I totally understand ergonomics does matter, because if it doesn't feel good, you're just not gonna have a good time shooting it. So, it is what it is. No shame in the game. King Kruk says, I'm about to trick on a second KXZ. Wee. Hey, brother. It ain't tricking if you got it. Hello. So, yeah. I'm sorry to hear that, Juliet. Plus, tax always gets me with America's prices. Hey, yeah, we tax the hell out of everything, man. I'm telling you. I'm through with this whole tax thing, but what can you do? Mark, man, I'm telling you. By the way, Nikon's website be weird. Yeah, it is kind of funky, but that price is crazy. J-Rod in the house from Maryland. And then John Ishii says, I like the window. It's cool. Yeah, the window doesn't bother me. I mean, it is what it is. These lenses, you could update the firmware by hooking the USB-C up to them and everything. It's like these lenses are getting more, electronical, and I don't want to say electronical, but more digital and stuff. So who cares? I think it's cool. It's easy to see at night. So there you go. Price increases are not good for camera world. Hope there are no negative issues. I know what's not going to happen. The price come back down. Hello. That's what it won't do. That's the same thing that happened at a local grocery store during the lockdown. Price went up, right? Oh, logistics and shipping and supply, demand. Price never went back down. That's what it says to me. I was looking at the Blackmagic 12K Pixis camera, $5,000. I was like, ooh, that's such a good price. I got to figure out how much blood I have to sell to get it. And then it went up. They're not going to drop that price back down. I'd be very surprised. I'd be very surprised if they ever drop that price back down. Okay. And therefore I then I gave up on trying to get it. Cause I was like, $500. If you already knew they were willing to price it for $5,000, that extra $5,000, I understand cover costs and everything, but the value of it was $5,000. Like that extra $5,000 is literally just poof away. I just can't justify that. Okay. John Ishii, I'm crazy about my Z6 III. Hey, I love that camera. I got the camera to be a fantastic hybrid and for traveling. I love how compact it is. Mark Man says, yeah, now the price of the 8512 and the 3512, that new price just doesn't make sense to me anymore. Man, I'm telling you, Viltrox 3512, when it drops, come on, let's go here. Let's go to Amazon. All right, let's go to Amazon. Viltrox 35. Look at this. Here we go. Look at that. $1,000. Mark, man. When this thing finally becomes available on Z mount, 3512 right there. Lab lens. That means the lab lens, you're going to get the same quality out of this 3518, build quality, etc. Right? And that 35 for $1,000. $1,000. Let's say it again. $1,000. That's crazy. So yeah, if they want to increase the price, that they're gonna get hurt for that. Because I'm just gonna buy this Viltrox. It is what it is. I don't, my pockets dictate what I purchase as well, not just because my passion for a name brand. Shoot. Kevin comes in. The increased cost of gear will also increase the price of quality used gear. Oh, 100%. But remember, with the increase, remember our cars, right as the lockdown happened, used car prices went through the roof, and they still are. And it never came back down. So with that said, there'll be that demand for used gear, thus the price only going to go up. So that's another thing to think about too. That's why I'm glad I'm pretty much covered for what I need. Like, I really don't need to get an 8514 Viltrox lens, but you know what? $600, I might just do it, but not now. John Ishii says exactly, and the fit is perfect. Yeah, it's a great camera. Z6 Mark III shot. I honestly think, I mean, obviously Z8, Z9 is a fantastic, you can't throw a rock at something bad with those cameras. But the Z6 Mark III, I think, is one of their most balanced Z cameras they've made. I think that's just my opinion. Okay. I think it's the most well-balanced Z camera that Nikon has made is that Z6 Mark III. Price, functionality, performance, size factor. It's a freaking great camera. Oh, excuse me. I play with the 3512 Viltrox on Z. Great lens. Ooh-wee. Ooh-wee. Did you really? Which it came out before the Nikkon Z 3512. Oh, shoot. Hey, everybody, look what Roy's saying. This man, he knows his stuff. He owns the 3512 Z mount, and he's saying, wow, that lens was so good. It may have, he said, I wish it was available before the Nikon Z mount was. That says a lot right there, because for $1,000, a lot of people would have bought that probably. Juliet says Z52 on Nikon refurbished only $682. Woo! I've heard, honestly, nothing but good things about the Z50 Mark II. Petapixel, they absolutely love that camera. I believe Tony and Chelsea Northup like that camera too, for those looking for a great affordable camera. I've heard nothing but great things about it, and I believe it borrows the same autofocus system with or a sensor or something similar to the Z6 Mark III. But for $682, wow, that's pretty good. I guess the potential upside is when we can sell our gear for more. Yeah, 100%. I think the trade-in value for good stuff now, right? We're talking like Z lenses, right? I think you're gonna, if not trade, you're gonna be able to sell it to other people for more, for sure. Because hey, what's the alternative? You want to pay 30% more? Go ahead, right there at NikonUSA.com. So I think if you're selling it to a personal person, for sure. Kevin says, I have a crap load of old gear that I'm thinking about unloading so I can buy that 135 Planner. I did a review of that lens on my channel, Kevin, if you just want to check it out during a photo shoot. That lens is fantastic. Okay. Yes, I got the Viltrox version, the 135, but boy, my pockets are right. That Plunner would have been in my bag a long time ago. That lens, as I said earlier in this video, is still my favorite, and I believe the best lens they've made for Z mount. I live by it. That's it. That's all. Okay. John Ishii, you're right on 100%, Robert. Thank you very much, sir. I appreciate that. If John says so, it means I'm right. No, I appreciate it, brother. Ken Crook comes in. Will we get a 24-1.2 Z? Wow. Yeah, I wonder what the front element size would be. Jesus, yeah, but Jiminy Crickets, 24-1.2 Z? Beast. I'd be happy at 1.8. Like, I mean, I got this 16 mil at 1.8. So it'd probably be like an 82 millimeter at least filter size. It'd be a chunk. It would be like that. What was it? The 14 or 24 millimeter lens for F mount. Like, it would be a chunky lens like that, I think. But it'd be kind of cool. I wouldn't need it though. I'm sure those who shoot Astro, etc., would probably love it. I'm glad I adapted to only buying used legacy gear long ago, but I'm still not immune to some gas, baby. Hello.
Oh yeah.
We all aren't. It is what it is. It is what it is. These brands are feeding right to us. They know who they're marketing to, for sure. I'd never recommend using crop lenses on a crop camera unless you never intend to upgrade. I'll have to agree with you on that. My first pro lens was the 24-70 f2 f mount, and I used it on my D7000, right? And that encouraged me to finally go to the D750, I believe, was the next camera after that I got. And I was like, I'm finally full frame. But 100%, go hard or go home. Every time you go a stop faster with a lens, it usually doubles in size. Well, that's what I'm saying. I could imagine at f1.2, woo, you might need some help to carry that thing around. My back, my neck, and my back. Albert Jimenez in the house. Hello, hold on. Let me get my. Thank you very much. Jumping on in. And oh, by the way, everybody, like I said earlier, please come on now. Come on, folks. I see we're getting great. This is probably the best performance of the show. We're doing 20 to 25 on average. We hit, we're doing good stuff here, folks. Please smash that like. Let the likes reflect this action we have on our live chat today, okay? And hit that bell. And you already know, subscribe. All right? By the way, we have a special. We have a special today on this sort of thing, okay, on likes. Let me get right to it. Let me tell you all about the special. For today only, I'm hosting a very affordable price to smash that like and subscribe to my channel right now for free $99. Come on now. All right, there you go. I'm hosting that special for the rest of the show. All right. Oh, I'm sorry, Kevin. Didn't you do a shoot with Venusa using the Plana? I would check it out. I did it with a different model. I've only worked with her once. Did I do it with her? Maybe I did. But check out the review. Gorgeous photos, and the autofocus. I used the Z8. And the autofocus with that Plana is really good. It's really snappy. That was one of the most impressive things that I've gotten with the Plana was that autofocus. And of course, it's sharp as hell. And the background is destroyed. I don't suffer from gas. I enjoy it. Ooh, you embrace the darkness, huh, Roy? Oh, okay. Oh, shoot. I'm so sorry to hear that, Juliet, about the out of stock. Roy says, lenses are getting so heavy that I may need a wheelbarrow instead of a camera bag. You ain't lying. If it said Nikon, if Nikon came out with a wheelbarrow, would you get it? That's the real question. John Ishii says, that's the thing, Roy. I would love a 3512, but the weight is just too much. 100%. 100%. Especially when you could get a Viltrox 3512. And I believe, let's look at the weight. Let's look at the weight. Does it say the weight? Doesn't say the weight. Let's see down here if it gives us some weight. 77 millimeter filter thread, but where is? Why don't I see the weight? If I'm missing, oh, here it is, 920 grams. All right, 920 grams, pounds, because we're American. So it's only 2 pounds. So there's your back right there, saved by Viltrox. You go ahead and pick up that 3512, and your back will thank you for it. All right, that's just my opinion. Okay, look at that. We are pretty caught up. We're looking pretty good also. Let me see if I missed anything from earlier. No, we covered everything. Boopity boop. Yeah, I mentioned that. I mentioned this. No, we look pretty good. Wow, look at that. Hey guys, I really appreciate all this activity. I really do. It means a lot to me. I really do enjoy doing these streams, reconnecting with all of you in each episode. It's really cool. I recently used the 3518 DX on the D700. Has unique look, perfect for wedding receptions. Very cool. Okay, that's what's up, man. You know, sometimes you got to step outside the box. Okay, sometimes you just have to step outside the box and just let it rip. That's why I use, like that 16 mil. I use it for portraits. It's definitely not a go-to lens that I would recommend new portrait photographers to start with, but it does produce something unique. So shout out to you, Boy, it's kind of late to be drinking this coffee, but I got to keep up with you guys. Where is it there? Oh, here we go. Dang. That's what's up. Okay. 160 gram. Let's see that. 160. All right. So it's like a half a pound more, a little bit less than a half a pound. All right. So it's not too far off, but you know what they say? What is it? An ounce is a pound. After a while, you'll feel it. I'm still loving my 51.8S for portraits, even though it's a bit short at time. But man, it's so good. That's what I was talking about earlier about f1.8 lenses. Like, we should not shun or feel bad about these f1.8s. Like, if that's what you could do and that's what you have, you could create so much great work with 51.8s. I just reviewed a 85 millimeter f1.8 lens for L mount, and I was very impressed with how sharp that damn photos were coming out. It was great. And they're lighter, and your back will thank you for it. You can fit more lenses in your camera bag if you needed to. So that's great. Glad to hear it. Mark Man says, I'm saving my 51A for when or if I get the ZF for travel. Ooh, yeah, that would be a nice pairing right there. That'd be nice. Okay. King Kruk, 1.8S are super light and convenient. Exactly. That's what I'm talking about. I just mentioned that because I always feel like I hear, like, I know, okay, I guess I'm there too. I have to admit it. But, people like, I got to get to 1.4, 1.8, 1.2, etc. And it's like, let's not forget the 1.8s. Like, there is a significant place for f1.8 glass. It's a great way to go. There's nothing wrong with it. For portraits and headshots, I usually shoot at f5.6 or 8 anyway. Well, shout out to you. So who would have cared if you got a 1.8 lens or not? I used to shoot a lot of portraits in f4. It all depends, you know, what I'm going for. But f4 is a great safe way. I think it gives you some separation, but also gives you some depth, a field, a focus, making sure that, you know, shit is sharp. So that's good too. John says, these Chinese lenses getting so good. What are we going to do? And the price is the push. I know it's scary because the performance is there as well. It's not even just that, like, the body build quality is good, which it is. It's metal, you know, all that is there, but the performance is there too. You're like, eee. I used to be so married to native lenses, like religiously, like I will never shoot anything that's not Nikon on my camera. Like, you're crazy. I want the same exact native performance. And now when you see these mirrorless lenses go so much for a lens, 2200, like 2000 something is not outlandish. I'm like, man, when I see a lens that's 900, 600 bucks, you're like, yeah, maybe I'm not that married to that perspective, right? Craig says, I wish we would merge the f1.8s lenses with the 1.4 body design, separate control and focusing rings. You know, I know what you mean. And I swore the f4 1.4 is like, the prices are pretty comparable too. So it's kind of interesting. But as I think Nikon came out with their prime 1.8s first, than the other companies did. So kind of like gets muddy water between the 1.4s and the 1.8s. Who else uses 58 knocked? Ooh wee. Not me, brother. Too rich for my blood. My 3 workhorses are 1.8. Well, there you go. Look at that. Drunk wedding photographer came in and saved the day. That's right. You're damn right. There's nothing wrong with it. People are sleeping on 1.8 primes for sure. 100%. 100%. I just, you know, these 2 lenses I just got are 1.8s. I mean, granted the 135, you know, but if that, imagine that 135 at 1.4, the lens would be 10 pounds. But even this one at 1.8, look at the compact size. Come on now. 16 mil. You get all the action with that thing. Anyone have problems accessing Nikon's website while using VPN? I often get a message saying, I've been blocked. I use NordVPN. I haven't used VPN, but I hope somebody can help them out. Okay, in the community. I'll let you guys enjoy third-party lenses. I only buy Nikon. Well, shout out to you, brother. Okay, that's all I got to say. All right. Shout out to you. Hold on. All right. Because, you know, sometimes I ain't got it like that. Okay. Hey, I bought, look, King Kruk, look, I got this lens. You were there. Both these lenses for $1,500. Hard to beat. Hard to pass. Hard to pass. Okay. I'm going to take the 135 with me on the trip. I'm going to leave the 16 mil at home. And I think I'm going to take the 24 to 120 f4 lens with me. So just those 2 lenses on my trip. I love the 24 to 120 f4 Z lens for travel. It's such a practical zoom lens. It's such a great lens. If does anybody enjoy it as much as I do? I think that zoom lens it's super lightweight, sharp, versatile. It'll fit in your camera bag, your luggage, whatever. Hopefully not your luggage, your camera bag. It's a great lens. So I'm going to be bringing that with me on my trip. I sold my old AS knocked and I still miss it. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. We've all been there. Me, it's the ZF. I do miss that camera. I finally caved and got the 40 F2, $200 on sale. Instant love. Hello. That's what's up, man. That's awesome. That 41-2 is a great one. I picked that up too when I bought the ZF. I had that in the 26 mil. The 1.8S also have a special character to me. So the size is a bonus. Absolutely. And for you, as you said, you mentioned you have smaller hands. It's a great, perfect fit. When DJI puts out cameras and lenses, it's going to turn the camera industry. Oh, I absolutely agree. I think the camera industry, cinema industry, everybody's going to be like, damn. They know it's coming. I know it's coming. I know it's coming. And autofocus will be fantastic. It'll have some sort of stabilization that will be bar none unreal, probably. If not, it will definitely rival Lumix's, which has the best in-body stabilization, in my opinion. It'll be crazy times. And they're already part of the L-mount alliance. So if they come up with a full frame L-mount, it's a wrap. They already have tons of lenses to go with it. I think it would be super smart. And it would be very user-friendly. Very user-friendly because they've mastered making their interface very user-friendly. So I think you're absolutely right, John. Planning to replace the plastic mount with metal from a cheap used FTZ lenses. There you go. Okay. Are you going to do that yourself? That's pretty impressive. I don't trust myself. I still have a set of Zeiss and ZF2 mount. Oh, shoot. I've never used a Zeiss lens. Is it really what people say they are? Like, is it that magnificent? Always wondered. Mark, man, that's why I'm saying the 51.8 is so amazing that the F12 is just a luxury tax. Okay, the 51.8 is, but remember what I said. Use case. That's how you separate the two. Use case. 51.8, travel, more interesting, like, how can I say, travel, vlogging, stuff like that. That's a great lens. It's compact, lightweight, less expensive, etc. And the 1.2 for that heavy hitting projects, paid clients, stuff like that. All right. That's just my opinion. Editorial work, stuff like that. So still, I would don't jump off the cliff yet. All right. The 51.2 is fantastic. It has a place. 6 years ago, people labeled me a foolish idiot for praising Chinese lenses. Well, look at them now. I'll tell you. Like I said, I own 5 Viltrox lenses myself. It is what it is. It's that kind of a world. And I'm not mad at it. This is literally, the democratization of all the big name brands. We don't have to be stuck. This is a great time. We don't have to be stuck paying $2,000 for a stupid lens, $2,500 plus a stupid tariff tax. That's great. I want this. This keeps things affordable so that we can still enjoy doing what we do, which is taking photos and buying more gear. Hello. All right, that's a fact. In times past, a fast portrait lens was only to hide ugly backgrounds. Dang. You might be right though. In bad fashion behind, right? Because folks dress different stuff. Anyway, Z's 24-120 is the ultimate lens. Yeah, it is a great lens. Imagine if that 24-120 was an f2.8. Beast. Unfortunately, it'd be heavier. I think it has a 77 millimeter filter thread, so it'd probably be at least 82. But it would be a freaking beast, though. Right? Don't let it be an F2. Roy says my DJI cameras are still stuck on drones. Hey, man, I'm telling you, like, wait until it does come out with a mirrorless camera. They're gonna do it. Albert, I'm here in Shenzhen now, and it's mind blowing. Tech malls are crazy with lenses and gear everywhere. Yo, that's awesome. I would love to check out China. I'm not gonna lie. I would love to visit. I'm a history nerd. Like, I would geek out so much on just the historical stuff. You know, I'd want to check out the Great Wall of China, temples. I'd be the ultimate tourist. I would just want to soak in all the historical nature. I don't want to get into politics. That stuff is ugly. I want to just enjoy the culture, right? And the people, you know, I'll be on at them as they're on at me, you know. I'd want to do that. That's for sure. So if anybody from Chinese government is watching, you know, feel free to invite a friend. Okay. Um, okay, I'm not sure what that is, but I understand we all got typos, Kevin. Okay, Rob, you got more to unbox my 50. Dang, brother. Okay. I could just review the lens I have. So let's talk about it. Oh, I didn't do it's all right, Mark, man. Just opened it up now. Woo-wee! Have fun, brother. Let me know. That lens is great. Okay, I'm gonna have to you know what, Mark? Mark, since you did it, now I gotta do it. All right. All right, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Since you did it, I have to do it. I'm gonna be a copycat. All right, that's just the way it goes.
Oh yeah!
This is, you know, this is that 51 too. This is the first prime lens I bought in Z mount when I started to move over to Z mount. Okay, at the Z6 was my first Z camera. I freaking love this lens. I don't care what anybody says. It's my favorite lens that I own so far, right? But I love this lens. Like, even when I was testing out the 135 Viltrox, I put this on for a couple of shots and I just realized like how flexible this lens is, this focal length, how great the autofocus is. Like, I love this thing, even though it's got weight for sure. But the 51-2, I don't give a damn what you say. It's like such a versatile portrait lens. This thing is magnificent, man. I love this lens, man. This thing, I live and die by this lens. If I only, like I've always told you, if I just needed one lens for a portrait shoot, they say, this is all you could do, Robert. We're paying you this money. This is all you can do. Okay, we want to see you with a bag full of lenses. This is the lens. I'll smash it every time. John says I got the 75 1.4 Typoc for my Leica M. It's amazing for $1,500. The Leica lens is 11 grand. What in the bloody what the hold on? Whoa. That's crazy. Can't tell the difference. Honestly, folks, if I shot with a lot of these, like the Viltrox lenses, and posted it and said, you know, there's the photo. This is not to say I'm like the best photographer out there. Hell no. But y'all would like it regardless. Come on now. Okay. So why would John spend 11 grand and he could get the same result for $1,500? Come on now. That's crazy. That's awesome, John. I got to check out China. Okay. King Krug. Oh, mobile photography. I haven't seen you, but hey, welcome to the show. Hold on now. Hold on. Sorry. I just updated my Nikon Z6 III, but there's no bird eye focusing. Interesting. That is interesting. Okay. But in this firmware update, it didn't mention that, I don't think. Let me go back to that. No, the only thing it mentioned was update some guidance texts displayed on a camera when connected to Z imaging cloud, to the Nikon imaging cloud service. So that's all it really talked about in terms of what it updated, the major update for that. And that's why it went from firmware 1.10 to 1.11. Like, it was such a, what do you call it? Minuscule update. So I'm still waiting them to I'm waiting for them to add the slow motion in playback. The Z8 has it. I love that feature. So when you shoot in slow-mo, you can see what it looks like before you get home. Like, I don't know why the Z6 III doesn't have that. It's such an easy feature. I don't know why they don't have that in playback. I hate not being able to see my slow-mo playback at slow-mo. Come on, folks. Jesus. So you know what? That's you're waiting for the bird eye eye focus. I need that slow-mo for sure. Come on, Nikon. Sorry, did not switch window. Oh, it's okay, Kevin. Gotcha. I knew it was something. I knew it was something. Oh gosh, I already know, John. You know what? The Great Wall, like that would be phenomenal. There's the Great Wall. There's like the pyramids in Egypt. Like there's certain things I just want to check out. Mayan pyramids, stuff like that. You know, I'd love to check all that out. But the Great Wall for sure. I'm sure it's pretty great. Hello, but where's my rim shot? All right, Rob is about to unbox with that Bay Area drip. Hey man, I'm just saying, man. I'm just telling y'all, this is, I'm just sharing you guys with you guys things that I've used, bought, etc., and that I believe in. But I really didn't. There's been stuff I've used that I'm not going to tell you all about. Okay, I'm like, you know what? They don't need to know I tried that one. Let's go to the next one. Let's see. Well, I should say that many say it's coming. Are we talking about what do we say? I should say that many say it's coming. Maybe I don't understand where that came from. Maybe it's about the okay. I see. She's responding to somebody else. My bad. I'm sorry. Let's speculate. What do you think the Z6 III 2.0 firmware would be? Or what would you like on it? As I said, slow-mo playback. I need that in my life. The bird eye focus. That I would like to see that. Because that is cool once in a while. Believe it or not, I do like other things besides portraits. But that's just not what I get paid to do. It's not what I'm known to do. But I do enjoy like other styles of photography. So anything with better autofocus would be great. I know there's a mechanical thing. It's not a firmware thing, but I would love to have unlimited record time. But to me, so far, that's like the major thing is that playback. I'd really like that. But that's a good question mark, man. Like the Z8 has it, so put it in the Z6 III. It's not like it's a camera class issue. Like, only this tier of camera can have it, the flagships. It's such a stupid, easy feature that you can have because they boast those camera speeds or, video settings. So it's like, okay, but can I preview it in slow-mo or do I have to wait to get home? And yes, you do. And that stinks. I wish I could post images on this chat box. I do too. That'd be kind of cool. That'd be real cool. I wish you guys could at least share a photo with me and then I could share it on my screen. That'd be cool too. But it would be a headache. C6 III should have, I wish it had open gate. That's a good one. Pixel shift, that's cool. And log 2, better HDMI output to small HD monitors. I definitely would like the open gate. Open gate would be phenomenal. And pixel shift too. I mean, I personally wouldn't need that personally, but it's good to have, right? But the open gate guaranteed. Clutch. Like Lumix is completely dominating that open gate technology right now because you can get that on very affordable cameras from Nikon for as cheap as $2,000 on the S1 S5 II, excuse me. Yeah, bird detection. Yeah, there we go. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Yeah. Maybe match the S1 II for an extended dynamic range mode. Yeah, that would be cool too. I do like the multiple frame markers too, so that when I'm shooting, that would be cool in the update. I can see 2. So as I'm shooting 16:9, if it's not going to be open gate, I can see where the marker is for my, what is it, 9:16 for vertical videos. That would be pretty awesome. I'd like that. Believe it or not, those little things do matter. Those little quirks, those little updates, those little features. And for the love of all things holy, please let us assign subject detection options directly to a custom button. Ooh, that's a good one. That's a good one. I like that. To all things holy. I don't have a holy button. Let me see if I. Oh, I do have a all things holy button, Craig. It's right here.
Oh yeah!
There you go. Maybe more noise reduction to stop the Z6 III haters. Yeah. Maybe we have a Nikon a Z6 Mark III hater denoise button. Hello. Okay, that'd be nice. Let's see here. Oh, look at that. All right. Hey guys, you know what? It's 2 hours I've been at this thing. Okay. You know what that means? I gotta wind this puppy down. All right, I am. Jeez, I'm tired. Okay. So with that said, I'm gonna have to head out of here. It's been 2 strong hours. You all have been with me for super long. I so appreciate all of your support and this awesome chat. You know what? I may go live during my vacation. Do you think I should go live during my vacation? Should I do it? Should I go live, hang out with you guys just for a short period of time? Let me know down below. Okay. But I'm going to have to head out of here. All right. Oh, yeah. You already know what that means. I'm going to have to head out of here, everybody. Thank you so very much for tuning in. Please, on the way out, smash that like, share, subscribe. I will be going live Thursdays for another episode of Let's Talk Photography. So with all that said, I will see all of you later. Thank you very much.